Mercedes Ostermann Van Essen here, and as usual, please make sure you read the full risk disclosure. I have to say the last few weeks have been quite an eye-opener to me. I spend a fair amount of time on Twitter marketing myself, and increasingly less time on Facebook, because I like the fast activity of Twitter. Um, and I became increasingly aware of the fact that the majority of people, most of the people who follow me are traders and investors, are completely absorbed by two things. Either the next stock, where it might move, or what is going on in the election, to a point where we have been spending too much time on looking at the externals of the Trump versus the Biden campaign, the externals of COVID, and then on top of that, an incredible amount of time is being spent on blaming one party against the other party. Now, whilst this focus is 99% externally driven, and let's face it, we have been set up, our minds have been programmed to do this for many, many years, we are missing the most important point. And the most important point about this phase we are going through, this is not about whether Trump will win the election or Biden will win the election. And that said, I have no problem in saying, yes, I do sincerely hope that Trump wins, because it's going to make a lot of things easier. By the same time, I also feel a great deal of compassion for Biden, who is a man who clearly has got mental problems these days. And I choose to personally look beyond the facade and see a human being behind it all. So, okay, that's that aside. With that said, also, we are coming to the heart of the issue. And the heart of the issue is that we are dealing with a spiritual matter here. This is ultimately about you becoming aware of your humanness, you becoming aware of your original template. And I'm about to release my new program, Resetting Your Financial Blueprint. That's one. And the other program, Healing from Your Heart, which go exactly to, no pun intended, the heart of the matter. And the heart of your matter is your blueprint. The issue we are dealing with is, in this, what many call the Great Awakening, is the fact that more and more individuals are waking up to the fact that there has been a complete disconnect from your connection to your true source. And let's be absolutely clear about one thing here. Your true source is not AI. Your true source is not 5G or 4G or 3G or whatever it may be. Your true source is your connection to your original blueprint, and ultimately that means your creation, the codes which were given to you 200,000 years ago, in which over time sort of just got, shall we say, they just got alienated. So instead, what has taken its place is an artificial way of life that is only focused on one thing: making money. Now, fortunately, more and more people are beginning to become aware of the fact that ultimately, if we are going to survive on this planet, it is not about how much money you are going to make, but rather it is about the awareness that we were given a planet, we were given an existence in its core, that in its core element, I should be saying rather, is of divine inspiration. There is no lack, there is just the desire from source to allow you to express yourself in any which way you like to experience yourself, be that as a human being or be that in any other form of energy. So I'm just talking about energy, not reincarnation. I just want to make that differentiation very, very, very clear. The two are very, very different things. Now, fact of the matter is, we are at this end of this massive 26,000 year cycle, and within that cycle are many other cycles of a minor degree. If you want to learn more about this, I invite you to please sign up to my newsletter, because I do webinars, educational webinars on these finer points in more detail on a regular basis. So for now, let's just stay with the awareness. We are dealing with this massive cycle shift, which is going to last possibly for until the cycle is concluded. My estimate is between 100 and 150 years, which will lead to a profound shift of the human being into a much more accomplished individual from the universal connection perspective, or should I say from the source connection perspective. In other words, we are getting back our conscious connection to source. This is what all this is about. In the process, what is happening as we are going, which is where we are right now in the fourth dimension. Now, the nature of the fourth dimension is that you can see both the good parts and the bad parts of the existence we are in at the moment. And that can feel extremely uncomfortable. And unless you can raise your consciousness above what is present in the three-dimensional world, you will be continuously not only suckered into this pseudo-reality and believe that it is real, but you will also be unable to rise above it and step into your own powers of creation, and that means creating your own healing bubble and stepping into your own healing abilities. So in the final analysis, it's about realizing that the election ultimately is but a trigger to get you into a greater awareness of your intrinsic source given powers. Whether you then use them, whether you then take the time and the steps to develop that inner power and get back your connection to source, well, that is your choice. I strongly believe that more and more people are waking up enough to understand that if they want to live in this world and have the security, the inner joy, the safety, and the ability to participate in the source given adventure of life as source meant it for us, well, people will say yes to the invitation, and it is literally an invitation from source. Where do you want to be? Do you want to grow? Do you want to step into your vision of living a more loving life where cooperation and not conflict and contest are the order of the day? So as I said, that is the choice you have, and ultimately with this election which is upon us, this is the choice you are making. So in a way, it goes way beyond Democrat versus Republic. It goes to, are you choosing the essence of your humanness? And that is the essence of freedom of choice, where you operate all your human abilities which are in your template, rather than giving them over to some foreign entity which is not of this earth, because it is artificial and will ultimately destroy your template. And well, what can I say? I think I've said it all. The choice is yours. Choose wisely. And if my words speak to you, I invite you to please like this video, share it with your friends, and sign up to my newsletter. The links are in the text section below this video.